Everybody's gangsta until the desert ambient music starts to play.
It's true. Welcome, everyone, back to, well, actually, Jaryn Guar, the city that the campaign is named after. We are inside of the city for the first time in a bit. I believe, as of the recordings that are on YouTube, this will be the first session that actually takes place in the city that the campaign is named after. So let's give a bit of a recap out of what happened last time. So well, I might wait for Laney to.
What is happening?
What are you doing?
All right. Well, I thought you guys couldn't hear me because earlier I was like, "Can you guys hear me?" And so I thought when I went away from the computer, you couldn't hear me, but.
Not so.
Anyway.
Kung thud indeed. So, last time on Jaryn Guar, you visited the Temple of Calicore, the religious sort of center of Jaryn Guar, for whatever that's worth. It seems that the religion here, at least for this temple, maybe is not the common stomping grounds. It doesn't exactly have a lot of room for people, and there are a lot of people who live in this city. However, the Temple of Calicore, from what you learned talking to the Kalesh, the gentleman suspended by wires and tubes, keeping him alive, and despite this visage of being rather old and clearly ridden with the glass skin disease, seemed to be rather healthy, talked with a pretty normal voice, didn't seem like a fucking mummy, despite the fact that he looks like one.
Yeah, you talked like a daddy.
Oh my goodness. You talked to the Kalesh for a while, kind of learning a little bit about Jaryn Guar as a place, as a city, learning a little bit about the religion, learning sort of how their religion works. Not all of it, but kind of you learned that the Kaleshes is a name that is kind of passed down from the previous one to the new sort of head. You very briefly met Every, who is the kobold assistant to the Kalesh, who seems very meek and who lost his tribe to the glass skin disease tragically years ago and was brought to the Temple of Calicore to work there. There was also Sister Maria, who seems pretty quiet and helped out with the bodies that you brought. You originally went to the temple because people died at the camp from a raid attack, and bodies got blood, and blood need be taken care of, and then body need be taken care of also sans the blood. So the bodies are going to be, welcome to the stream, Travis. The bodies are going to be taken and drained, and then there is going to be a ritual to bury or cremate them. You're not quite sure how they're going to actually get rid of the physical bodies, but they need to be drained first of their blood. You have been told that that process will take about a day, and so although it is probably midday since you got here from the, or actually you woke up during midday, so it's probably around, let's say like 5 or 6 p.m. The sun is not going to set for a couple more hours, and you have just left the temple and kind of have the rest of the day open to you. You know you need to get back to Edgar Snor's at some time. You were given, I believe, 3 days of rations, or no, it might have been, I think it was 3, it was, oh, I'm trying to think.
I wrote this down when you gave it to me.
Oh, yes, could you please?
Yep, in total, you gave us, oh God, you gave us
you can do
3 days of water.
Okay, that sounds about right. Okay, so 3 days worth of rations. You are in the city. You've traveled here. You've got your camels, who I guess you could either just give over to the stable once again for a little bit of money, or you could just bring them around with you, I suppose. They have been unlatched from the skiff and are kind of standing off to the side of the Temple of Calicore, looking at you with lazy, dried eyeballs, like those big horse eyes that camels have.
That's true.
It's true.
No, horse eyes.
You find yourselves at the side of the small ziggurat that makes the Temple of Calicore. And as you approach your camels, can I get your passive perceptions?
Ooh.
Mine's
Oh.
11, I think.
Mine's a fat
11.
10.
13. Let's go.
Vidro,
Yeah.
you are walking. And as you are approaching the camels, you see that they begin to stamp a little, like almost like they're nervous about something. They begin to kind of look around, and you have but a moment to prepare as you feel a tremoring from beneath your feet, and the camels sprint off in two separate directions. Startled by, you watch as a geyser of sand in front of you, showering you in dust and debris, and out from the ground comes this slick purple worm about 2 or 3 feet in size. It is wriggling and screeching as it flails, and on it are these 2 wasp-like creatures that have come out of the ground with it and are like stinging it repeatedly on both sides, and it is blood and ichor is going everywhere. Roll for initiative.
Oh god.
Wait. So are we outside the city limits?
You are inside the city limits.
Oh,
We're just getting
this
fucked
is,
for no reason.
this is just happening. Damn.
Damn it. 7.
I also got a 7.
Okay.
I got a
Your dex is higher than mine.
16.
I feel like you're the goody two-shoes kid that always gets everything he wants. No, okay.
Okay, this'll work. This'll have to do. Okay, so
Floppy
I
sound.
don't know if you guys can hear it on your end. I don't think you can, but you're gonna have to just deal with it. So you watch as they spring forth from the ground. Rahim and Gozzler, you are surprised by this. However, Vidro, you had a second to prepare yourself before they burst out from the sand, so you are going to be able to act in the first round of combat. Vidro, can I start with you? What is your initiative?
My initiative is 16.
16. Fantastic. Gozzler.
Get for you.
Let's go.
Gozzler.
Oh, sorry. He's muted. He's 7.
7? Okay, thank you. And then finally, Rahim. What did you get?
7.
7 as well.
As well.
Fantastic. Really, really good.
You'll have to see
Oh,
it.
Joseph, you are still muted, just to let you know. He wants to be muted. I bet there's some crazy lady in there.
There's some crazy, crazy stuff going on. Okay. They have a plus stinky.
Whoa, plus stinky.
We're not allowed to know.
It's true. I can't tell you what the stinky is or how many of them they have. It's simply
Unfair.
not allowed.
Unfair when they are you and you know our stinky.
I have to know you're stinky. I run the world. I need
Who
your
runs the
stinkies.
world? Devin.
Devin.
It's me.
Hey, don't say that. That's his real name.
Oh no, my
You're
Christian
gonna give
name.
him away.
Who
You're gonna
runs the
give him
world?
away.
It's true.
Cow.
Ow.
Cow.
It's okay. Did you hear him?
I did not.
He really
Fuck
did
that
say.
guy.
Ah. Obi, say something for the mic.
Meow.
That was really good.
Wow, guys, did you hear that?
That was just like Obi.
That was just like Obi.
Okay.
Gilbert.
Up first in the initiative, Vidro, believe it or not, you do get to act
No.
first. You see this writhing, slimy creature just getting absolutely peckered by these 2 hornets. What do you do?
Okay.
They're like 10 feet in front of you. They just burst out from the sand.
Holy shit. Well, I'm gonna take a quick 10 feet back, I think. Unless it's got reach, and I'll take an opportunity attack.
No, you walk 10 feet. You were right off the steps, so you go back up onto kind of the platform in front of the church. So you're a little bit
Okay.
higher up.
Alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to cast shit. I didn't think this all the way through. I'm just gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at the Hornet on the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We watch as the energy swirls around Vidro and his staff. What'd you roll?
Does a 14 hit?
It does, yeah. So you send off this shot of eldritch energy that seems to make contact with one of these creatures. They have these fluttering wings on their backs.
Ooh, I do 7 force damage.
All right. You watch as the creature like launches over to the side as it gets slammed. You said 7?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It kind of shakes it off, and you watch as its wings buzz, and the other Hornet looks up and then looks over at you guys as they seem to be communicating a new threat. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna bonus action. I take out my quarterstaff and shillelagh it.
Okay, your staff gets covered in a sheen of glass. As it does, you watch the Hornet you just blasted fly up into the air from off of the worm. The worm is going to try to get an opportunity attack as it leaves its range. I need to see what it... That might not hit. Hold on. Oh, shit. Actually, that does hit. Okay. So
let's go.
You watch as it goes up, the worm is able to just nip at its abdomen as it goes to get out of the way, and it takes...
Uh-oh.
12 points of piercing damage as it flies up into the sky.
Let's go. I don't know about you guys, but I'm rooting for the worm.
As it does, though, the Hornet, which kind of has this gaping wound now on its side, dive bombs towards Vidro, and it is going to make 2 stinger attacks on you.
Ooh.
What is your AC?
What is he, level 5?
My AC is 15.
15. Let's see. First attack is a... What'd you say, 14?
15.
15. Okay, first attack is a miss. Second attack is a hit. Could you please make for me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no, they're poisonous.
Yeah,
Constitution,
maybe. Who
I'm not
knows?
proficient. That is a 21.
21. All right. You feel the sting of this Hornet as it embeds its stinger into you. However, you only take 2 points of poison damage as it stabs into you, and you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Yucky.
Up next is the worm hatchling is going to turn, and it is going to try to wrap itself around the Hornet that is currently on it. It is able to do so. The other Hornet is now restrained, and you watch as the muscles in this snake-like body all begin to tense at once, and you hear this sort of cracking sound as the exoskeleton of the Hornet gets sort of pushed in. It is going to take 4 bludgeoning damage as it starts to get, like, crushed into itself. The other Hornet is going to try to escape. It's going to try to roll an athletics contest. Wow, they both rolled really bad. Hold on. This is going to come down to strength scores. Okay. And... Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's definitely stronger. Okay. The Hornet trying so hard to like get out of its grip, just like batting its wings, but it can't quite do it. It is going to use a bonus action to do a bite.
I guess it's obvious he also likes to write.
That's true. That hits. The hatchling takes 6 points of piercing damage.
Amazing.
All right, Gozzler and Rahim, you are stunned for a moment. You watch as these creatures come out of the ground, and Vidro is already firing shots. Like in the first second of combat beginning, Vidro is just on it. And you two kind of turn and see Vidro and kind of clumsily, Rahim grabbing your scimitar out of your bag. Gozzler, I guess, letting like arson out of your shirt to get ready for the fight. Vidro, it is back up to you.
Okay. Is the injured Hornet still around, the one I shot?
Yes, it is on you. It is currently trying to stab you with its ass.
Oh my god.
If you could speak Hornet, it would be saying, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. Like that.
Dear Lord.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to bash it in with my quarterstaff.
Okay, roll an attack.
That is an 18 plus 6 for 24.
Oh, you bludgeon that fucking Hornet.
Grab my D8. Let's go. That is 2 plus 4. 4. No, wait, no. This has to go up because my charisma went up. That is 2 plus 5 for 7.
Ooh, 7 damage. All right. You smack this thing on the head, and you watch as it kind of like starts kind of flying a bit crooked. It's got like a dent in its exoskeleton over its eye, but it seems to not quite be giving up. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. Well,
It is-
but I said one last thing. I yelled to Rahim and Gozzler, and I was like, "What are you doing? Get Hornets!" And then I had my turn.
It is going to make 2 stings and a bite on you.
I'd like to see him try.
The old sting.
Yeah, I
bite.
guess you would. That is 2 misses and a hit.
Ooh.
It
What
is
hits?
going another sting.
Ooh.
So can you roll me another con?
Let's go. That is a 9 total.
9 total is not going to do it. As it pierces into your sternum, like right into your chest, you watch its stinger kind of go like this, like, and you feel something go inside you. You take 9 points of piercing damage and 2 points of poison damage. And you have the poison condition. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attacks, I believe, and maybe saving throws, but I can't remember.
Vidro, I think you're
Hey,
pregnant now.
They call that,
You call that
I got
what?
that horn.
Oh my.
because it's Hornet cum.
Thank you. That's delicious.
Good night.
In the same vein as those.
Yeah, it's nice actually. You're filled like a Cadbury cream egg.
Cadbury queen egg.
The hatchling is going to make 2 free attacks on the Hornet by just constricting further and further, and the Hornet is going to take another 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you now watch the legs of the Hornet begin to snap in awkward directions. Its stinger is just like flailing wildly, trying to embed itself into the worm. That is, it's 13, so... hold on. Got it, okay. Up next, Gozzler. Finally, you get your senses to start firing. Your neurons are working. What do you do?
Whoa.
I see this pre-existing fight of like pop out of the ground. I'm like, can I take a gander to see? Like, this is a strange question to ask, but like, if I'm gauging like the general sentience of these creatures, which seem to be the more like aware.
Are you gonna side with who's the most sentient? All right, roll me a nature check.
Sure.
Oh, can I help him with that?
How?
Do you think? Well, I could be like,
We're both surprised we're just sitting there talking about it.
You know what?
He'll be like, what's that? And I'll be like,
okay,
oh,
how about
that's
this? Rahim, roll me a very quick nature as well, just like a flat one, just like your own nature.
All right, I could do that. Okay. And get up.
Ooh.
I rolled.
What'd you
I
get?
got I got a 23, in case you're wondering.
Congrats.
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
Okay, Rahim glazed over, has no real idea of what these are, kind of trying to be like, and before Rahim can even get a word out, Gozzler, you look at them and you realize two things. You realize that is a baby purple worm. You know what purple worms are, you know that they are incredibly destructive, pretty rare, and grow to be extremely big. The other ones are sand hornets. They are natives to Jaryn Guar. Maybe you read on it during sort of your prep. They are one of the oldest creatures that have lived in Jaryn Guar. They are like natives to this place, and they track down like scorpions and bugs and insects, and they plant their eggs in them, and then like fly off and just let them hatch and eat the thing. You determine that they are probably trying to lay eggs in this worm, and were hoping to like fuck off, but the worm burrowed into the city and they have been met with a new problem.
Brock, I think you're doomed.
I might be pregnant.
With this horrible information, just in tow, I think I'm gonna keep that to myself for the moment.
Yeah, I would.
And I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna I'm gonna at the Hornet that's already fricked up.
Mm-hmm.
I am in fact going to, because I prepared my social list of spells. Can I get an intelligence saving throw from the bug?
Which one? The one that's on the worm, or the one on Vidro?
The one that that Vidro's been kicking the crap out of.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That is a with a -5 to intelligence. That is a 14.
It exactly meets and therefore beats. As I start just like I just yell "Hey!" at the bug, and seemingly nothing happens.
It does kind of like 180 its head at you, and it's just like giant eyes are like on its own little stalks, kind of staring at you inquisitively. It does not seem to have made out anything that you have said to it.
You better stop!
You better stop!
It stabs Vidro again. Rahim or Gozzler, do you have anything bonus action?
Oh, that's super it for me.
Okay, Rahim.
I'm gonna try to take my double-bladed scimitar and hurl it into the Hornet and then slam it into the ground with my momentum. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just describing the vibe.
Make an attack.
Yeah. Here we go. Well. Ooh. 20, not nat.
20. Okay. You are able to strike it. Instead of doing damage, you can move it if you'd like, but it's up to you. You could basically use this as a shove attack, or you could use it as a regular attack.
Oh. How close does he look to death?
It still seems pretty hardy. These things look like they know how to fight. This is kind of what they do.
I want to basically shove him into the ground, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of scoop it off of Vidro. You hear a sickening as its stinger gets sucked out of his sternum, and the Hornet is slammed onto the ground, and it kind of like flails for a moment and then stands back up and looks up at you with, I guess, hatred, or just, I'm gonna impregnate you eye. It gives you bedroom eyes.
How many bedroom eyes does it have? Just
I'm not gonna answer the question because it would make you uncomfortable no matter what number I say. Vidro, it's your turn.
Okay.
More than 2, though.
Here's...
Yeah.
One last thing, if I could do it on my turn, it'd be a nature roll. Can I see, like, is it bad to, like, kill these guys, morally speaking? Yeah.
Are
like,
you asking me if it's ethically okay to kill a Hornet?
Yeah.
That is up to you. You do not need to roll nature for that. That is entirely up to your own.
They're not endangered or anything. They don't provide a very important.
All right. Fair. Roll your nature. I understand.
He is gonna
I get it. What'd you get?
We're gonna be endangered.
7.
It is got wings and a stinger, and you think it impregnated Vidro.
Can I kill this guy? I don't know. That's all. That's all.
Vidro, it is your turn.
Okay. Is there a way I can cast the cone of burning hands to hit the 2 hornets and not Rahim?
Yes, but you will also get the purple worm caught in it if you do that, which is just up to you if you want to hit it or not.
I like the purple worm. I'm changing strategies.
Okay.
I'm going to cast. Fuck it. I'm just gonna run up to the hornet that Rahim had.
Okay.
And just slam it with my quarterstaff into
You know
the
what?
ground.
I'll say that right now it's technically prone because it got shoved. So why don't you roll with advantage?
All right, that
Yeah.
advantage will cancel out the disadvantage of me being impregnated. Let's go.
It's hard being a new mother.
Does a 10 hit?
It does not. You go to slam it on the ground, and just as it's giving its last look of bedroom eyes to Rahim, its eye like turns towards you, and it like zips to the right, and your staff slams into the ground, shattering sparks of glass that glitter in the sunlight and the sand. The hornet is then going to get itself off the ground, and it is going to make an attack on Vidro, and then it's going to make 1 attack on Vidro and 2 attacks on Rahim. Vidro, it definitely hits you. Can you roll another con save?
Ow, ow, ouch, oof, ow, ow, ouch. That is a crit fail.
Okay, you take another 9 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Yeah,
that was
Lots of sterility.
And 4 points of poison damage, and you feel another thing into your body. Rahim, next attack goes to you. First, you watch as the stinger out of Vidro and goes to stab you, and you're able to just parry it with your scimitar. However, it comes in and is able to bite you for 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The
Do I feel
hatchling.
impregnated?
You do not feel impregnated. You feel as infertile as you can be.
As always.
The other hornet gets constricted again and takes another 10 points of bludgeoning damage. The other hornet is going to try to use a athletics check or contest to try to break free. It does. Okay.
You will try. God damn it.
It flaps its wings as hard as it can, and you hear several bones cracking as it sort of pulls itself out of its grip and flies up into the air just 5 feet, but not far enough to get an attack of opportunity against it, just out of its fucking grip. And it is going to use a bonus action to try and bite the worm. It does bite the worm, and the worm takes only 3 points of piercing damage.
God damn.
All right, Gozzler, you look over, and Vidro's like chest looks a little like misshapen from the stabs he's received. There's like a little bit of blood on his shirt, but like it looks like he looks lumpy.
Don't worry, that's probably not venom. That's probably just off a position. That's probably not a much happier news for you. However, just keep that in mind, Pops, I guess.
What kind of venom is off in position? I don't remember that kind of venom.
We'll talk about it later. How desperate of a scenario is this, would you say, on a scale from 1 to 10?
In my scale, I'd say probably, I could probably take 1 or 2 more hits, but I'm not feeling so low.
Okay, understood. In that case, I am gonna do this little maneuver where I'm gonna lock eyes with the hornet closest to Vidro, and I'm going to need, tell me if you've heard this one, an intelligence saving throw from the bee.
Okay.
I bet it will go really well.
Does this have a minimum intelligence that it needs to have to be affected?
This one does not.
Okay, good. There we go. That's a fail. That is 13 minus 5.
Good, because this is not my cantrip. This is my 2nd level spell, where
Oh shit!
I lock I like make eye contact with this bee. However many hornet eyes it has. How many hornet eyes does it have? I want to be uncomfortable.
It has hold on. It has 5 eyes.
He was counting.
I was counting.
The 2 little threads come out of my eyes, and they start to like scoop into the hornets.
Oh.
And it just makes like a really sick buzzing sound, sort of like a mosquito is in your ear, but from afar. And it is going to take what is known as 13 psychic damage, and on its next turn, it can either move, take an action, or do a bonus action.
Awesome. I love it. Okay. Up next is Rahim. It is now flying in the ground, and Gozzler's cast a spell on it. It starts to like, its head starts like moving around. You know when like bugs get shit on their antennas? It starts like pawing at its head like it's trying to get something off of it.
Oh.
Bad. So, which one's closest to a person right now? Are both of them the same amount of closeness?
One of them is on the worm. The other one is with you two.
All right, yeah, that one I'm gonna hit.
Okay.
Does 12 hit?
12 does not hit. It is able to kind of squirm its way across.
I'm taking action surge.
Okay.
Well,
A glint.
Do you think that's really fucked up?
No, a glint in your eye
we're not gonna
tells
have
you that
another
this
fight.
battle is not over yet. You swing your scimitar another way. Roll to hit again.
Let's see this. Hey, 23.
23. You land a strike on the Hornet. Roll your damage.
Okay, that'll be 9 damage.
9 damage. All right. You watch as the you slice through its carapace. Ichor splats out into the sand. However, it is still going. It is still buzzing. However, it looks real bad. From inside the temple, you watch as 2 figures emerge. You see Every and Sister Maria run out, kind of confused. Every is wearing like a hood over his head and has goggles on that are like covering his eyes, and he still looks like kind of uncomfortable. And he runs out. He says, and Lady Sister Maria says nothing. They have joined the initiative.
Have him go back inside.
I'm here to help.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Fine,
help.
relative. One of us is pregnant now.
Oh no!
which one of us?
Congratulations.
Don't worry about it.
Up next is Vidro.
All right. I'm once again. I'm still within melee range of this dude, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna slam with the shillelagh staff.
Okay.
Ooh, a 24 to hit.
That will super hit.
Let's go. And that is 9 total damage.
Okay. How do you want to beat him? How do you want to finish him?
I wind up my staff and I coat my hands. As my hands are on the staff, I go like this with it, and it generates a shift in heat as the glass molds to the end of my staff, forming an even thicker baseball bat-like end as I slam this Hornet into oblivion.
You hear a satisfying crack as the glass shatters over the head. It immediately reforms itself over your staff, but the Hornet just into the sand, twitching and buzzing its wings a little bit, but you definitely broke its body and it is no longer capable of fighting. It is not dead yet, but like a bug that has been stepped on, it will be dead fairly soon.
I feel like bugs never die when you hit them anymore.
Bugs have the saddest life. I am not taking any notes.
Bugs just don't want to die anymore.
Bugs just don't want to die anymore.
Bugs don't die these days.
Up next is Sister Maria. She is going to cast a spell.
Well,
She's going to cast a Cure Wounds on Vidro. She comes over to you. She's a very pale woman who wears her robes over her head as well. This is kind of the first time she's come up to you, and she seems like fairly nondescript, just very, very quiet, has not said a word. You hear her whisper something under her breath as she prays to her god, and you heal 4.
4?
Ooh, no, you heal. Actually, yes, you heal 4.
Let's go.
As her magic flows through you. Up next is the worm, who is going to make 2 bite attacks on its hornet friend. That's a crit on one of them.
Yeah.
It jumps. Holy shit! I rolled the same number on all the dice. That's so funny.
Hey, Yahtzee!
Not quite Yahtzee. It's all 5s, not 6s.
Wow.
I mean,
However, it is.
Yahtzee.
Isn't Yahtzee
In-
no,
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, is it? I thought it was only 6s. I
This
guess
guy
I'm not.
hasn't played enough
I've
Yahtzee.
never
I
played
don't play a lot.
Yahtzee
I'm
before.
no, God, no, wait, don't make fun. I just don't play a lot of Yahtzee. I'm sorry.
Yahtzee.
I
I'll
was
try better
obsessed
next
with
time.
Yahtzee.
Oh man.
Big
Oh
Yahtzee
gosh.
kid here.
Oh man.
The fact
Well-
it came with a cup.
It did
Oh,
come with a
I
cup.
love
That's
cup
true.
games.
We had to put felt in there.
You watch as the purple worm jumps up and crushes the other hornet in its mouth, and it flails for a moment before falling dead. The purple worm spits it out and then rears its head towards you. Up next is Every. Every is going to... Every's gonna...
Died.
Prolonged fart from Every.
Every is going to raise his hands and cast Sacred Flame on the purple worm. It is going to dex save. Oh, fuck. You see a swirl of sand and light appear around the worm, and it takes 5 points of radiant damage.
Whoa.
Wolf running.
All right. He says, "Don't worry, I'm helping."
No.
Up next
Believe you.
is Gozzler.
Can I? Does it look like I'm about to get like one of us is about to get rocked by a tiny version of a giant worm?
It looks like this little worm guy is ready to just fight anything around it, and it is looking at you with the eyes of malice. If it had eyes, it does not.
In that case, I would like tell me if you've heard this one, an intelligence saving throw.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
This is my favorite Gozzler joke.
Oh,
Tell me if you heard this one.
Hold on.
that?
That's me thinking.
Mouth?
Shut up.
Yes.
I'm looking for his intelligence. That is a 5.
In that case, I just go, whoa! But it kind of sounds like a little bit like a microphone peaking, and kind of like leaves like one of those little tinnitus beeps as I give a little mind sliver, and he takes 4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on any saving throws until the end of my next turn.
Whoa.
Okay, the worm begins shaking its head, this acidic sort of goo flinging out of its mouth as it rages. Rahim.
It's raging. Ah, now he has resistance. All right.
No.
Let's see.
It's not under the raging condition. It is
It
just
has
upset
10
in a
levels in
normal way.
barbarian.
And just to double check, other Hornet is.
They're both dead. It's just the level 10 barbarian worm
Okay.
now.
That's what I thought. All right, good. I'm gonna get him. That's 18.
18 will hit.
Yay. I'm gonna hit him.
Oh.
All right. 4, 4, 3. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think. 8, 10,
Okay.
11 damage.
11 damage. You stab into it, purple ichor splattering into the sands. It begins to start letting out this cry, this as you attack it. Vidro, you're up next.
Ooh. I'm going to back up a little bit, provided I don't provoke an opportunity.
No, you're not next to it.
Okay.
Olive.
Oh.
This isn't even his kill.
An ultimate friend.
Ultimate friend moment.
I'm going to shoot the worm with an Eldritch Blast at disadvantage because I'm made out of babies.
Agreed.
That is a 13 plus 7 for a dirty 20.
13 plus 7 for a dirty 20. That is going to hit.
Let's go. All right, and 4 plus 7, right? No, just my modifier. 4 plus 5 for a total of 9.
9 damage. How do you want to kill this thing?
Oh god.
Ooh. I want to, as I shoot my Eldritch, I aim my quarterstaff at him. And once again, the lens lines up to concentrate my magical energy. I shoot, piercing its side as you watch as the Eldritch Blast goes directly through the perpendicular through this worm, and it careens at the other side of him, exploding in, I suppose, a wormy viscera.
Yeah, visceral.
Wow.
You watch at, no, I'm just kidding. Rahim, you are covered in just worm gunk as it explodes out in front of you. Just as the bits and bobs of this thing sort of just fall into the sand. You all take a moment
Toxic.
catching your breath. No, it is not toxic. It's just gross.
Non-toxic. Just like Crayola.
Just like Crayola, baby. The purple-colored purple worm of the Crayola brand lies defeated in the sand. You kind of you yuck and slop off some of the goo. The combat is done. You have succeeded. Every kind of looks around nervously. You watch Sister Maria just walks back inside. Doesn't say anything. Just goes back into the building. Every kind of waddles over, kind of shielding himself from the sun, even with his hood and goggles on. Are you all right?
Nature is
Are
not
you
always
alright?
beautiful.
That's true.
Yeah, I understand. I agree. What happened?
The worm came out and the hornets were on the worm. Our friend just got stung, I think, like 5 times. How bad is that?
He's definitely pregnant.
I open up my cloak and I say, I think I might be allergic.
You see underneath are 2 like spherical masses underneath his skin that wriggle and writhe underneath and seem to move and gesticulate underneath his skin. It does not look pretty. There are 2 injection sites on his chest where they were oviposited.
Wow. That's disgusting. That's horrible. That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Okay, try to. My friend's gonna freak out if you're gonna talk like that.
Oh, sorry. You're right.
I'm already figuring out. Do you guys happen to have any anti-venom in the temple?
Unfortunately, Maria and I are still low-level acolytes. However, the Kalash may be able to assist you. We have not finished our quota of healing for the day. Please.
And he kind of puts an arm around Vidro and kind of helps you into the building.
Oh gods.
I give Gozzler this look. And then I go in.
Following inside, the Kalesh still sitting sort of in his, I would say throne. It's more of a chair with wires. Looks up. Oh, welcome back. What?
Can you please help?
Oh, yes, please, approach my child. What? I heard the commotion and sent Avery and Maria out to help. I hope everything was all right.
We are technically okay. It's just that my friend is...
Oh.
He's carrying
yes.
some precious cargo.
No, I've seen this before.
Unwillingly.
I believe I can cure you. Do not worry.
Oh, thank God.
He opens his hand and kind of gestures for you to kneel before him.
Kneel?
Wow.
Hey, wouldn't it be easier if I sort of came to you? Because I feel like bringing this loader would just be hard for you.
You must kneel before the Kalesh to accept the grace and wisdom of Kaor. I am his vessel, and to receive the blessing, you must show humility in the face of life.
Yeah, don't worry. It's fine. Like, I'll kneel with you. Like, look. I'm kneeling. See? It's nice.
Yeah, everyone's kneeling.
You like it,
Everyone is
it's
kneeling.
good.
I like it.
Yes, it's not that if I could kneel, I would do so.
Right, well, I suppose if all the cool kids are doing it nowadays. And I kneel before this man.
As you kneel, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Oh,
Oh,
that is
no.
a 13 plus Constitution plus 3 for 16.
You feel the other two don't see this as you've passed your con save. Something in your pocket is incredibly hot and burning
shit.
your leg like it is almost melting the flesh from your leg. You take 2 points of fire damage, but you are able to keep your composure and no one else in the room seems to notice.
I immediately stand back up. I say, hey guys, second thought. I think I might just take care of this on my own. Oh,
I grab his arms and try to yank him down. Come on, like, it's not a big deal. Please.
Just-
Do you want to
Are you gonna
roll, or do you want to
Constitution?
just slip out and back out?
This is the hard decision for Vidro. I'm gonna try and slip away.
Okay, you
should I
before
roll
you can before you can grab him, Vidro just steps back, like is not letting you get near him enough to grab him and use force to bring him down. Like, is very clear, like backing away.
What are you doing?
I
are
feel
you
like
doing?
there's probably better ways to. I don't mean to ruin your hospitality, Mr. Temple Guy, but I think I've got this figured out.
You do not have it figured out. He does not have it figured out.
I
just
cannot force him to take my healing, even if I heavily suggest that he do so.
Does he have to kneel? I guess he doesn't like to kneel. Who would have thought?
For
It's
me
just not
to
my cup of tea.
use my magic, he must kneel to the god that is curing him. If he cannot do this, I cannot help.
And unfortunately, that's just the way of thinking things. Don't worry, guys. I can take care of this on my own. That's how I take care of pretty much everything.
How,
If
like,
you-
how hard could motherhood be?
Do surgery on you.
Hmm?
Lay down. I'm doing impromptu surgery on you.
No.
I'm
pretty sure I
this
can.
isn't touched by any other yucky gunk. I could do it. Just lay down, and I'll
Raheem
get
starts
out.
approaching you with a knife.
Hold on. I think I might have this figured out. Devin, quick question.
Yeah.
In the terms of the invisibility spell,
Okay.
would these worms, these larvae inside me, would I be counting as wearing or carrying them?
Yes.
Or
they are a part of your person. If you were to go invisible,
God
they would go
damn it.
invisible with you.
I was gonna say, because I can make this easier for you.
God, that would be so cool.
If you want to try and do an Arcana to see if you can control the magic specifically enough to do so.
Ooh,
I would
like
allow that.
Okay.
Or you could roll a religion for your patron and see if you can ask your patron to make you invisible while not making it. So basically you can go off of your knowledge or your patron's knowledge.
I'm gonna try Arcana.
Okay.
Because I feel like I've already offended my patron enough today, and to come
Bother.
crawling back like a larvae, probably not great.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try an Arcana check, and I say, wait for him. I think I have an idea.
Okay,
And,
okay.
and I'm going to try and channel the flow of invisibility. Ooh. Okay, that is a 15 plus Arcana plus. That is a 17.
You are able to make the open part of your chest where they have been supplanted disappear, and you can now see 2 pulsing eggs in Vidro's chest. That has kind of been revealed as he uses this spell, just enough to reveal it.
Can I do a medicine check?
Yeah, the
see
Kalesh
way
kind of
better.
watches you guys with interest and maybe a little bit of horror as Vidro lays down on his floor and Rahim approaches with a knife, now being able to see these eggs.
It's a clean, by the way.
Roll medicine.
Can
All
I
right.
help by casting thaumaturgy on the knife to heat it up and make it cauterize my wounds?
Ooh. Gozzler, do you have anything that can make me smarter? Do you have that?
I am intelligent, and hypothetically, if
If it's a no, that's fine.
I mean, in terms of helping, I'm not very helpful. I can put him to sleep, but that's about it.
It's a matter of
You
time,
want
goes.
to sleep?
I think he'd wake up the second you started surgery, though.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, I'm rolling. All right, I'm rolling. Okay. Okay.
As for
it's hard to
the-
pick and roll and land.
As for the advantage with the heated knife, I think making the knife hot would not necessarily, because like he needs to open you up to get to the eggs. If he's just cauterizing your wounds as it goes, I don't think he'll really be able to perform the surgery. And not that he can really even see where he's cutting. Mostly can just see where he's cutting to.
9.
9. Okay, you take the knife and you roll a d4 plus your plus I guess strength.
Ooh,
Oh, no, he's
lucky
stabbed
me. I rolled a 1, but I am very strong, so that is 4 damage.
Okay, you take 4 damage as the blade begins to fillet your chest. However, it seems at first you can't figure out why you can't get to the eggs. However, you realize there is a pretty big problem, which is that although they have been turned invisible, his sternum, his bones are in the way. They are above the eggs and causing you to be unable to quite get down to both of them.
Do you want me to take a crack at it? I can.
I could maybe you have a softer, gentler little guy hand,
I have
and
smaller
I could
fingers.
give you, and I could give you some medicinal
If
assistance
I
while
may
you're
offer
doing it.
Whatever
a
works.
suggestion, my
Yes.
friends, I feel like I should mention that the correctionals facility does have a doctor that may be able to help with this surgery. They are a
what's his
little
name?
well.
Or what's his name?
Now I don't want to say. Now I feel like you're going to be a stinker about it.
I know
As
that
I'm
person.
laying on the floor, bleeding, I'm like, please just give us the goddamn name. I've got
Elvidir.
eggs in my chest. Oh.
Elvidir works at the Correctionals Guild as the sanguinator for bodies.
Oh, it's the scary bird man who drinks
No.
I
Maybe
don't-
he drinks you?
Person.
They are mysterious to me as a being. I rather not talk to them typically. However, I have heard that they are pretty handy with a knife if you would like to visit them. Or, use my temple as a makeshift surgery table and just kind of get in there.
Just kneel. Just kneel.
I am
Do it.
I am being facetious, but it would be nice if you could just come over here and let me heal you. It really is not that bad, I promise.
I stand up
Deal.
and indignantly whip my croak around to cover up my invisible chest.
Flecks of blood fly into the wall as you do so.
Oh.
Guys, let's hurry up to the surgeon. This man obviously doesn't want to help us.
Fine.
Oh.
Thank you for your help. It's not your fault.
I just
I
mouth the
know.
words "I'm sorry" as like.
As you do that, he kind of puts his hands together in like a little like, it's okay. As you run out of the building, you hear a quipped, good luck! As you run out from the Temple of Kaor out into the streets. You remember your way back to the guild chain. It is a...
Him?
What's that?
Can I carry him?
That is up to Vidro.
Bridal style. Let me carry you.
Are you fit enough after the battle we just had?
Yeah.
All right, if you're willing to. It does hurt to walk, and then I will allow myself to be bridal
Okay,
style.
you get bridal carried by Rahim as he begins running through the streets, like kind of at this awkward gait because he has wooden legs. So you just have this bumpy ride.
Efficient.
What's that?
They're very efficient. All
They
right.
are also made of wood. You are carried off through the streets. A lot of people give you guys like some side eyes. Most people, like, even trying to get through crowds, nobody really makes way for you as you go. You kind of have to push your way through. The city does not seem all that concerned with the state of Vidro Beyz here. It takes you probably a solid like 20 minutes of running through. Why don't you, Rahim, make me a constitution check as you are carrying Vidro through. He's not heavy, but it is a pretty long sprint here.
Okay. Okay. All right. Constitution. All right. 16.
16, your lungs are burning and your arms are starting to want to give out, but you're able to bolster yourself and keep on moving. Eventually, you reach the correctional facility and move your way inside. Immediately, you are met with a gentleman standing behind a counter with a wisp of red hair and large spectacles. He looks to be a halfling man, and he is sitting behind a counter, and he says, can I help you?
Let us see the surgeon, please.
Hey, it's very urgent.
What, do you mean Elvidir? They are not a surgeon, more of a.
See
Yeah,
that?
brother, we understand. We've met Elvidir.
All right. He starts flipping through this book on his desk and kind of looks through what seems to be today's date. You're in luck. It does not look like Elvidir has any clients at the moment. If you would like to go, it is down the hall, all the way down the stairs.
I'm already going.
Okay. He kind of stares after you guys, but doesn't seem to make any attempts to actually stop you. Going down the stairs, you run like, Rahim, you run, I guess, Vidro first into a pair of, like, just pectoral muscles and kind of bounce off of them on the stairs. And you look up and the head of a cow with great horns is looking down at you with a ring in his nose. Are you trying to get downstairs?
I need to see Elvidir.
Baby on board.
Important.
Baby on board! He
I need to see
scoops Vidro out of your arms and says,
nice.
"Where are we going?"
Elvidir.
He
Take me there quickly, please.
He starts sprinting down the stairs with you guys. Hello, my name is Bloodhoof. How are you doing?
Oh, better.
I could have been better.
No,
Be a
that's
day.
entirely fair. Don't worry, Elvidir, I think, is not too busy at the moment. He runs. You get down into the sort of cell block area beneath the correctionals facility, past the cells of what look to be several figures that look gaunt and maybe have already been drained of some of their blood in the past. Not so much that it has killed them, but they are sort of tired sitting behind these cages. Sorry, did I say Bloodhoof? My name is Gale Cowhoof. I didn't have my document open. Anyway, sorry, I get nervous sometimes. Elvinier! And you watch as you break open into the room a tall, lanky figure with dirty robes and a plague doctor mask turn around.
Yes, how can I help today?
I got a guy.
Hi, I'm the guy. I've gotten 2 hornet larvae implanted in my chest, and I need them out stat.
Elvinier kind of smile. I guess I can't say smiles. They kind of cock their head and move back and sort of gesture to a table. Gale sets you down onto it gently and kind of backs up and starts kind of like wiggling his fingers anxiously. You got attacked by something?
We got attacked by some hornets outside the building. They got
Oh
me
shit!
good.
Oh, it's
I ripped
terrible.
open my cloak to reveal my invisible chest, I suppose, with two pulsating larva eggs.
Gail, can you please do me a favor and tell Leslie of this little interaction? I should have our friend cured in no time.
Right away! And he runs off back up the stairs.
Okay, as soon as Gale's out of the room, I hold my scimitar up to his throat, and I'm gonna try to do an intimidation.
What?
Well, 'cause
Okay.
he sucks! Or they suck!
Yeah.
Alright.
Roll intimidation. What are you going for here?
Essentially, like... I'll say it
Don't
first,
suck
and
our
then-
friend.
Yeah, like, if you hurt a hair on his head that does not need to be hurt, I will kill you. Today, tomorrow, whenever. I'm gonna roll. 18.
Elvinier puts their hands up very slowly.
I am a doctor before an artist. You should not have to worry about your friend.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna lift up my hands. I'm be like, I can't watch this, and I'm gonna go to the nearest corner, and I'm gonna touch a little penny to my forehead and cast read thoughts on my detect thoughts. So there's 2 different stages of detect thoughts.
Okay.
Which is the first one, which is for free. I can just get what's on someone's mind without them knowing,
Right
or
now.
I can try to like figure out something I want, which would require
Okay.
tipping them off.
Can you get the first one? Do you get both and you can choose to do the second one, or do you only get one of either?
So it's only 60 seconds. And I learned
If it's
their
60
surface
seconds, I think you can get both. So surface thoughts, you hear Elvinier, I'm guessing that's who you're,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I
You
know
hear
that mine.
Elvinier's
Or
thoughts.
their mind.
Blood. I wonder if they have a lot or a little. I wonder if they will bleed or if they will trickle.
How could they do
Hornet
this?
eggs. I could probably keep the eggs and put them into little jars. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I could sure have them.
Those are the surface thoughts right now. If you want to push deeper, you'll have to roll.
So instead of pushing deeper, because I don't want this freak to know that I'm like looking into his brain hole, I'm just gonna, with my remaining like little bit of use of here, I am gonna like just out of curiosity give like a quick glance at my compatriots here.
Am I free to begin the operation now?
Do it.
Can I?
1 second.
Can I? As the, can I? Oh, just as a. Feel free to share what you want to share. But can I, Vidro, what's on your mind with these eggs?
You hear me thinking about my brother back in the village, and I think, oh wow, I always knew that he'd be a dad, but I never thought that I would be.
I know. Just so recently you've become an uncle. This is so much.
I know. It's crazy.
I'm not saying that out loud, by the way. I'm keeping it a secret.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, and then I just kind of silently drop the spell.
Okay.
It's not a secret anymore, though.
Before surgery starts, I gestured for Rahim to come over to the operating table.
Come on.
You hear a very audible sigh from Elvenir as they wait for you to finish.
Hold on, these are the important words. I gesture for Rahim to lean in even closer, and I grab him by the front of his shirt. I say, Rahim, I wake up from this, or my ghost would haunt you. I wake up from this, and you go back to my village, and you tell my brother, I tried. And I let him go.
I give him a very serious look of like, yeah, I get it. And then I back up.
Elvenir comes forward, and they place a gloved hand on your face with surprising tenderness. You will wake up after this. It is not a question of if, but what you will look like. And they reach down, and they open their mask just enough for the other two of you.
Okay, it's happening.
Oh shit, we got raided. Hello guys, we are in the middle of D&D. Hello. You feel their lips press against the side of your cheek. The other two, you see horribly scarred dark skin from underneath the, like, burn scars from underneath the mask, and then they put it back down, and they turn. If I could wait for you, if I could ask for you two to wait in the hall, it would be appreciated.
No, I'm not waiting in the hall.
All right. I will only ask once. They turn, and they whip out a scalpel, basically from nowhere. Like, it just, like, flicks out of their robe, and immediately begins working on Vidro. Vidro, the only thing I need you to do is I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw to see how you react to this.
I got a 6.
Vidro screams, and you watch as Elvenir reaches over and, like, clamps Vidro into the table as he begins to wriggle and writhe, and Elvenir turns and, like, kind of motions for Rahim to come over. Hold your friend down if you would like them to live.
I press him down real hard.
Can you roll a strength for me, Rahim, in athletics?
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. 11.
11. With the strap, it is enough to keep Vidro against the table, and you hear a cracking sound as Elvenir has produced now a hammer and a chisel and is breaking the rib bones that connect to the sternum, and then takes a forceps and pries them open and reaches in with their gloved hands and yanks out these 2 eggs and points, looks at you, Gozzler, and points to a jar sitting on a counter and kind of like does a come here motion.
I scoot right over.
Grab me that jar quickly.
Oh yes, I scoot over, grab the jar, and hustle back in. At this point, it's scientific rapture.
They kind of wait expectantly for you until you open it, without really saying anything, and then drops the eggs inside.
I whisper, happy birthday.
Elvenir nods in agreement. If this was Baldur's Gate, you would have an Elvenir approves of this icon come up. Elvenir turns and holds their hands out, and you watch as magic begins to seep from their fingers, and hold on, let me grab some. Here we go. Vidro, you heal for 14 hit points.
Whoa.
You watch as Vidro's open chest, now the invisibility, now basically being, I guess, quote unquote, attacked. As the invisibility goes away, you watch the muscle and bones re-knit themselves together until his chest is a slick sheen of sweat and blood, but no longer running from an open wound. Elvidir takes some rags and wipes the blood before putting the shirt back over and clasps their hands together. You are done. Rise.
I take my hands off.
I go to rise, but I'm still strapped to the surgical table.
They unclasp it and open it. My apologies. Try again.
Oh. I look first to see if the straps are gone, and then I stand up, or sit up from the table, and I grasp at my chest and I say, "Oh my God, they're gone." Oh, but
Thank God.
I outstretch my arms to hug Alvadir.
Elvidir does not hug back, but does not stop you from hugging them. It just kind of keeps their arms at their side and kind of gets hugged.
I give Elvidir a hug. And then I give... Actually, I'm just gonna grab both of them and hug them.
I have
I
not
accept
been
the
part
group
of
hug.
a group hug in some time.
God. Well, you've earned it, my friend. I think back to what happened at the temple. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Elvidir kind of like looks a little inquisitively and then nods. If you ever need delicate matters taken care of, please do come see me free of charge. I have been paid for this service.
With
Hello-
that,
They turn to you. I do what I love because I love to do it, not because I love to get paid to do it.
This guy's living the dream.
respect that. I certainly respect that. I don't respect the other stuff you do, but I really appreciate what you did today. I appreciate that, and that's gonna go a certain amount of distance for us.
They bow. I will take what I can get.
What?
Out of personal curiosity, based off of our previous interaction, I have just one question. Would you describe yourself as pardon the bluntness here, as anti people or neutral to people, so long as your interests are allowed to be performed alongside them?
Are you writing this down?
They turn to you
Is this a survey?
and cock their head.
I pull out a little notebook.
Life is the greatest resource one can come across. Without people, how could I perform my miracles?
You know, I haven't traditionally heard it like that, and I will consider that.
Yes, you do that. Now, I believe I do have a 6 o'clock appointment, so if you could remove yourselves from my laboratory, I must get back to my work.
I just leave without saying anything else.
Aye, Captain.
As you two leave, Vidro, are you following them?
Oh, yeah. I say one last goodbye to Elvidir, and I say, thank you again. I don't know what I would have done without you.
You seem resourceful. I'm sure you would have figured something out, but I am
Aye.
glad you came to me.
I'd much rather have you doing the surgery on me than Rahim and Gozzler. No offense to Rahim and Gozzler, but you seem to know what they're doing.
If they
I'm
ever
taking.
want
Next
to
it was gonna be the
learn-
wizard hand.
Oh.
Oh God, what I'm glad we came here.
Elvinier takes out a little paper and a pencil and writes down in the book magic hand surgery ? And then puts it back in their pocket.
No! You've given this man too much power. He's gonna try and learn the mage hand cantrip just to commit medical atrocities.
Hey, if they want to learn mage hand, I would let them learn mage hand from me. Just simply because I think it's more sanitary.
Yeah, I mean, mage hand don't have germs, and so then they wouldn't give off germs. Pretty genius when you think about it.
They
As
almost
you
like
are
weave bugs.
as you are speaking, you watch a person carried down the steps by Gale. I've got the other one for you. Place them on the table. No, please, I didn't do it. You should probably leave now.
Oh. Yeah. This is a reminder.
That sucks.
Oh God! I mean, he does what he has to do to get by. I mean, we've done some pretty unsavory things. Sort of.
I can't respond because I'm not there.
You're already up the steps.
Yeah, I was
Alright.
right when.
Let me check something real fast.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a little rolly here. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Holy shit. With a nat 20 on their athletics check, the figure, a scrawny looking man in a burlap shirt, is able to wrest free of Gale's grasp and runs over to Gozzler and grabs you by the lapels and sinks to his knees. You gotta get me out of here, man. You gotta get me out. They're gonna. And as he does, Gale comes over and grabs him from behind and like rips him away from you and like tosses him down onto the table and wrenches the straps over his body and places a giant hand over his mouth. Sorry about that, they get a little rambunctious. This is his 4th time here. Don't let him tell you otherwise.
How much are you taking from this person?
Enough. Do not concern yourselves with our position. You have other work to attend to.
Just remember, if you make sure to let this person replenish, then they'll have more for next time. It sounds like they're repeat customers, so don't take too much because then they might not be able to give you more blood.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll get a free T-shirt for their donation.
I've been
Try
doing
not to
this
wince.
for a while.
You look over, there's just like a gift shop with I donated blood today stickers. You do you guys exit after that?
Oh yeah, I sort of pat Gozzler on the back and I say, "It's okay, Gozzler. I think it's just the way things go in the big city. Let's go catch up with Rudy."
I'm sitting outside, kicking rocks, thinking. You can tell my brain is thinking.
Uh,
Watch out.
Yeah, you
We catch
guys
up-
catch up with Rahim, who is, I guess, kicking rocks outside.
And thinking, don't forget.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I hate that part just as much every time.
What happened?
Oh, they're sucking a guy. You know what it's like when they suck guys. Remember that time when they were gonna suck us? Yeah, that.
I'm glad we got a little gods.
Yeah. I'm glad he could do something for us, but I don't like being around them. I think they're morally a little wiggly.
I think Elvin does what he has to do to get by, and I think he should be respected for that. He certainly knows what he's doing.
Morally,
I mean,
Huh?
morally
Morally-
reprehensible.
I don't know about Adrian Henspel. He simply enjoys his work, and he's found a great way to make a living while doing
They're like a mosquito.
it. And mosquitoes are a great part of the natural
Are you
ecosystem.
pro mosquito in this situation? Oh
I'm
dear.
listen, I think a mosquito, even though it might get, irritating on your skin, I still think it feeds the ecosystem just fine.
I guess.
Yeah, but we're not talking about mosquitoes. This isn't like they don't need it the same way a mosquito needs it.
They just really want it. Probably to like play with.
Oh, I think they use the blood for water for the city, do they not?
That's true, but like also, I think specifically this Elvidir fella is just in it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that? He, and I'm not just saying this because he healed my ribs back together. That is a big part of it. I just think he's really enjoying it. Is that so bad?
I mean,
Yes.
it's pretty bad. Like, I think objectively their actions can be justified, but their personality, I think, needs some work. I think that they could work on some personal ethical development. I think that they should not have a clean conscience, as I think they currently have.
Gozzler, if you were part of that group hug, you'd know that he's a great person.
I bet that they were cold and only barely had a pulse. That's my guess.
Well, was that true, Devin? Did they only?
They are covered in robes, so they are they feel very thin, I guess, is what you'd gather from hugging them.
You're not fully wrong. Okay. I know this should be a bedtime conversation, but I really don't feel like waiting for bedtime. Why the fuck
Bedtime.
didn't you just kneel at the temple?
I have my own reasons.
Is it like religious provocation, or is it like
It's
Just
it's
a
my,
vague reason. Like,
they're my Hornet eggs. I get to decide what to do with them.
you did, and then you didn't. You started, and then you stopped.
yeah?
It's
What was
called-
the second guess? What was the cold feet?
I don't really trust that guy. He's
Hey, you
prolonged his life through unnatural means.
So is probably them.
I guarantee you that the individual who just sucked them out of you and kept them in a jar is definitely going to put those eggs into like some sort of potion meant that it's like mixed with the blood of a virgin and probably the tears of a unicorn in order to give another 20 years.
Yeah.
Hey, but at least he didn't force me to pray to a god that I don't believe in.
You know, I can actually appreciate that moral conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As long as. Okay. I understand.
The fact that he was willing to withhold life-saving magic to me, simply because I would not agree with his religious terms, that's wrong.
Do we know that giving birth to the hornets would have killed you, or are we just running with that assumption?
I would assume that when they burst out of my chest, I would lose quite a bit of blood, and I think I only had like, on a scale of like 1 to 36, I only had like 10 or so of 36 left. So
I'm very impressed that you go from 1 to 36. I think I'd max out around like a 19 on a really good day.
wow. It really depends.
I'm at
Sometimes-
39.
The
Oh,
lives we walk.
lazy. So those hornets bursting out of my chest, that I definitely would have been dead.
Fair enough.
I'm glad you're okay. I know I shouldn't be that upset because I just like to know what's going on, and I feel like even now I don't know what's going on.
I told you what's going on. I've explained 100% of everything that was going on.
No, I get it. 6 Semper Tyrannis.
Promise.
Can I do an insight check on his promise?
Oh, absolutely.
Yay.
Should
okay,
I roll
don't think I have
deception?
great insight.
That is up to you. You can
gone
just.
that way.
What'd you get?
Gone that way.
Okay. Yeah, you can if you'd like.
All right. 4.
That is a nat 20.
Oh god.
Yeah, he is telling the truth.
Gozzler pulls out his notebook and writes down Vidro refuses to pray to another god.
As you write that down, Gozzler, you feel a hand, icy cold, grip your shoulder.
Hello.
There is no response.
Do I see anything?
You turn to look up to see who Gozzler is referencing, and there is a thin, almost skeletal thin figure in sandy robes and a mask that looks like it has, like, the mask is like two bulbous glass, like, sort of fixtures, like eyes that you can't quite see through, and then this sort of burlap sort of sack over their face. And they simply reach into their pocket, like of a long sort of almost like a trench coat that they're wearing, and pull out an envelope and hold it out to Gozzler.
I'll take this. May I ask why and where you want it?
They stand and walk off into the crowds.
I'm opening this.
They ignore you, and soon they disappear in the swath of people.
Oh, I am oh man. Are they they're can I try and track down?
Yeah, if you'd like to roll investigation, if you want to try to like run after them. Or I guess it'd be perception.
Can I have Arson either help or do it?
Yeah, why don't you go with advantage, as Arson will kind of fly through the sky and try to give you a ping on where they went.
Okay. All right, Arson is good at it. Better than I am. And that is a 19.
Yeah. Arson is able to just spot what looks to be the figure walk into an alley.
Mm-hmm.
And as Arson flies to the alley to look to see where they are, they have disappeared.
Oh shit.
They are maybe somewhere. The alley is like, it's like a dead end alley. Like there's nowhere for them to go in there. They went out of eye line for a second and then were gone.
And like Arson can see in the alley, and they just managed to like.
They just don't seem to be there. Yeah.
Oh shitties. Okay. All right, Arson, you don't get to read anyone's thoughts today. And I just kind of give a little and pop them out. Come on, it's reading time.
Arson scoops a full mouth of sand and swallows it.
Do you have any person that typically sends you a letter? Like,
oh, are you? Oh yeah, no, that's actually my brother, the wispy, very tall individual with spooky cold hands. No, let's read. I'm just joking. That was a joke.
What's a long name for a brother?
Looking down at the letter, it is sealed with an AW printed over each other, like stamped into. Oh shit! I guess you're right. Stamped into the letter.
A Gozzler Wasuravad. That's my initials. Excellent. I dig right into it.
I take a large step back in case this is one of those letters that explodes when you open it.
If it explodes, I'll die.
It does not explode. Gozzler does die, but it is of complications with his heart. Actually, it's very sad. However, that's years from now, and he's not dead yet. Canonically, at some point, he will die of heart failure. Gozzler...
God has stated it.
Gozzler, you open the letter, and written inside is just a few words that read, "Come and see me. My schedule is open. Adam Wallace."
I don't. So okay, we have a I wish I could ask follow-up questions. It's from Adam Wallace. And it says that he wants to hang out, just like do some discussion, have a nice fruitful conversation. He says his schedule is open. And Do you think that the spooky envoy is evidence that he's happy with us or that he's unhappy with us?
Judging by the
know.
fact that he was so eager to see us, it must be a good thing.
Can
From the way you described the letter, it sounds great.
Can I make an insight regarding the wording of this letter?
Roll insight with disadvantage as you try to incite the paper.
He ended it with a period. That means he's angry.
Oh shit!
Insight. I believe it or not, Gozzler's not proficient in this, so it is merely a flat 16.
One.
The letter seems neutral, but Adam Wallace has asked for you specifically, which does seem kind of out of his character. He seems to usually try to do things from like third person. So getting a letter to you and that letter is come and see me means that whether good or bad, it is probably important in some respect.
So, maybe I'm getting, maybe I've been elected to a member of the town council, and that would be exciting, wouldn't it?
I think we should go.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm
Hopefully
not.
it's not anything we did.
I mean, hopefully it's something very excellent and good. Maybe we're official. Well, you're from here, I suppose, but maybe I'm an official diplomat. Maybe that's what's happening. Is Candlekeep has contacted Adam, and now I get diplomatic immunity, which means that I'm allowed to see what's in the wizard tower.
Do you think that's actually it?
No.
Yeah. I start walking towards Adam Wallace's building.
Yeah, you make your way to the giant ziggurat at the northern side of the city, the Guild of Iron, overlooking the rest of Jaryn Guar. You have been in here once before with your first meeting of Adam Wallace. You go through the line once again, skipping this entire, like every time you've come here, there's just a huge line behind velvet ropes of people waiting to do something in the building. Maybe not talk to Adam Wallace himself, but definitely to do something. Usually it's local matters that need attending to through the guilds. At the very end of the rope, there is a emergency desk for people that can try to contact Adam Wallace directly, and it is being run by a woman you have met before named Deborah. She is ancient. She seems to be human, probably in her 80s. And she looks up behind these large Coke bottle spectacles.
Oh, welcome back to the Guild of Iron. How can I help you?
We've received a personal letter from Adam Wallace. He says his schedule is open and he wants to speak to us.
She holds up a shaky hand and takes the letter from you and looks at it.
That's his seal. Yes, I believe this is legitimate. He did ask me to keep his schedule open. All right, well, I'll...
And she reaches over and unclasps the velvet rope, blocking you from the rest of the hall.
All right, well, as long as you're good.
And she reaches into a little container on her desk and drops a butterscotch candy into each of your hands.
No way.
You seem to be repeat visitors. If you ever want a little sweet treat, and
she winks at you guys.
Come see Deborah.
Oh, well, thank you. You're so helpful. Sometimes you go into these like intense situations and you think, oh, the stakes are so high and the tension builds up and you feel a little pit in your chest. But you have erased that feeling completely. Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome. I was hired for my public relations work.
How often would you say that Adam Wallace extends like personal letters to people like this? Like, are we special, or is this like a some sort of initiative, or what's happening here?
She kind of looks around.
Well, if it's between you and me, it's not the most common thing in the world, but I would say that for special meetings, Adam Wallace tends to like to send letters to those to have them come here. He doesn't usually like to leave the guild itself. So if he is asking you to come meet him, it is probably something at least a little important.
Interesting.
I
Thank
don't
you.
know. I don't
know either. Deborah, I'm glad that there's something neither of us know. That's a excellent quality to share.
You could fill a book with things you don't know. That's what my grandpa used to say.
Right now, sometimes it feels like I'm working on one of those right now.
Aren't we all? Well, step on through, and his is at the very end.
She reaches into a desk and hands you a little silver, like, sort of dial-looking thing.
Remember to hold this to the door to make your way inside. It is a visitor's pass key.
Amazing.
Right. This is the place with the door that we talked to, right?
The door that you're,
Yes.
like, married to.
I have to let them know. I have to let them know that they're a mother.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You begin making your way through the beautiful marbled halls of the Guild of Iron, making your way up the stairs until eventually you come in contact with the third floor, the processing floor, and you hear, hello, Vidro. It's Dolores. You've come to visit?
I'll be right back. I must pee so badly.
Do it.
Yeah,
Oh my
give him
goodness.
some room.
Dolores, like, it's been so long since we've seen each other. I have so much to fill you in on. But
Oh, don't worry. I love gossip. How's the outside world treating you, honey buns?
I open the front of my cloak.
Oh! I didn't realize I was getting a show. I hope you brought dinner.
Oh, God, I wish I had remembered it. But I just want to let you know that I've got kids now.
We're parents?
And they're currently in the custody of one Elvedere. But he seems
We
like
have
a
a
good
nanny? I didn't
I know.
realize we were upper class.
It's more like boarding school, but I'm sure.
Oh, even better in education.
And I just wanted to let you know that I didn't forget you even a little bit.
I knew you wouldn't. I've been thinking about you every day since you first visited.
Oh, I gently caressed the door.
Oh, Rahim, you may want to find your own room before we find ours.
Yeah, alright, I'll go find my own. I go stand on the stairs.
I shoo Gozzler away as well. Gozzler, just
Gozzler,
stand over to the side.
most fortuitous for you, my dear friend. And then he runs down the stairs and stands next to
God.
Rahim.
That's so true. That's like literally what he would say.
So, what have you been up to?
Oh, I've been sitting here, stopping people, opening for people. You know, everyday door things.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Classic
Yes.
Dolores.
You
Honestly.
actually went downstairs, so you're not there.
You are with Rahim waiting on the stairs because things got weird.
Things got so steamy, I would not be surprised if this door's wood started bending.
Oh my god, we can't open the door because it's too steamed.
I know. But unfortunately, business calls. And I'll see you on the way down.
Oh, well. You feel like the door shiver in anticipation beneath your hand. I'll see you later, Vidro.
You too, Dolores.
Kisses! Mwah, 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 mwah.
I blow a kiss to the door because I don't want to get a splinter in my lips.
The door magically opens and then closes as if it's like taking the kiss.
Aww. Aww.
With that, you make your way up the rest of the stairs. First, having to reacquire your companions from the uncomfortable stairway hangout. And
Come on up, let's go now.
you find yourselves in front of the large, beautiful doors that stand between you and Adam Wallace's office. There is a single small hole in the center of the two doors, the shape and size of your coin that was given to you by Deborah. You insert...
Do you have it?
Oh.
Whoever has it, we'll put it in.
I think Gozzler has it. Because he was
I
done.
think it's Gozzler.
Oh, yeah.
He was schmoozing the front desk lady.
You know,
He was schmoozing,
nah,
wasn't he?
does it seem like a particularly private hallway?
It is at the very top of the stairs, so there's no one here right now.
I'm gonna, how do you guys feel about a certain, perhaps, how do I say this?
You can say it.
Okay,
Everyone,
so
friends, got
we're gonna talk to someone who has a brain, right?
Okay.
You're not thinking.
Would it be like,
What are you gonna do?
Would it be worthwhile to look at it a little bit, see what's going on it, or do you think that we should save that for a later date?
Can you do it without him knowing?
A little bit, not in like a particularly like helpful way, but in all way.
Gozzler, this is one of the most important men in the city. If we get on his bad side, we're kaput.
Yeah, but imagine if we got in his
Yeah, we're
brain.
pretty much sucked dry.
Okay, you're right.
If you want to do it and you know he won't know, then that's up to you and you can tell us later. But the less
No.
we know, the better.
I suspect that he might know everything, so for now I'll leave it be.
Okay.
And so I take the coin and I put it up to the little door slot.
Yeah, it seems to get like magically like into the door, and you watch as it turns itself and the door opens up for you, revealing a beautiful office with a mahogany desk at the very center, and sitting behind it is Adam Wallace. For those who were not here when we first met him, he is a half-elven man with slicked black hair that's about medium short length, and a very smart suit with a small pocket square in his shirt and a white blouse beneath a sort of tuxedo. He stands as you enter the room, the doors magically seeming to close behind you as you walk inside. Why, hello there, my little adventuring posse. I see that you got my letter. I am glad. My sources are rather quick, I must say.
They were rather quick in finding us, that's for sure.
Well, that is what I pay them for. I would hope that they can do their job to a agreeable level. Please, and he motions. There are 3 chairs situated in front of his desk. Take a seat. We have some things to discuss between you and I.
All right.
Okay. I take a seat.
Out of curiosity, if I sit in the chair, will I be able to see over the desk, or will it be demeaning?
Barely. It is a little demeaning.
I'll stand next to the chair, and kind of use it as an armrest a little bit.
All right.
Can you? Are you tall enough for that?
It's even that is slightly awkward angling, but yeah.
You should stand on the chair.
No, I don't want to put my feet on the cushion. It's just it's easier to make human contact like this.
Hey, human contact, I understand.
However, make yourselves comfortable. I've called you here for a particular purpose. I heard that you had a little run-in with some of the local fauna around here. Is that true?
The fauna had a run through me.
Are
well,
purple
you don't
worms
seem
vocal?
worse for wear. Oh, when you say this, he does kind of like raise his eyebrows. Purple worm? Well, if it was a purple worm, I'm surprised we're all still sitting here.
Oh, it was quite young. By its appearance.
It's dead now.
Well, that does seem to be the fate of most things in this desert. Thank you for protecting my citizens while no one seems to be in direct danger of it. Wild animals breaking through the walls is not something I kindly tolerate. The fact that you were able to take them out before the city guards were even able to get there is commendable in of itself. The Kalesh of the Temple of Kaur or whatever sent me an emissary to let me know that you have his blessing and that you may have been helpful to me. How should I say this? We have a little arrangement. I don't want to make it seem nefarious or nothing, but I've been asking some of the heads of different guilds and temples to keep an eye out for folks who are capable. I've already gone through the Adventuring Guild and all them, but I've got some changes planned for their organization at the moment, so they have been, let's say, less than helpful in my side projects. However, Mr. Kalesh down there told me that you all are pretty well equipped to fight off some nasties. You do seem to have kept yourselves alive despite getting mixed up in that whole flame incident and whatnot. By the way, thank you for bringing that evildoer to justice. It was nice to parade him around the town and show folks what happens when you go against our beautiful city.
That's the least we can do.
I am glad that there is not a flame elemental currently rampaging through the town.
Yes,
What do you
same
need?
as I owe Rahim. Don't worry, I'm getting to it. I know you and I don't get along so well, but something tells me that you are gonna like my proposition. Do you remember a Mir, I believe her name was?
Mir?
Yes.
Yes. This was the daughter of your friend here. She actually, I don't know if you know this, Mr. Rahim, but before her untimely demise, she did work a little job for me. Unfortunately, that job was met with a rather unfortunate cave-in that seems to have claimed her life. And I thought, well, with these glowing recommendations and the fact that we already have some history, why not get the progenitor to finish off the little task? Now, I don't mean to sound insensitive. Obviously, I am aware of the pain that you've gone through in the death of your child, and I do not sit here making fun of you, and I'm absolutely not using it to antagonize. However, the reason I bring it up is because the job that Mia was running for me is one of some, let's say, both import and level of secrecy. Now, I've already had y'all run a little task for me talking to Bertram down at the Merchants Guild, and, well, I think between that and this little scrap you found yourselves in, you do seem rather capable. So, he reaches into his desk and places a sheet of paper onto it. This here is a contract. It is a contract stating that you will not speak outside of this room to anyone about what I'm about to tell you. Now, if you do not want this job, obviously that is up to you, Rahim, and your friends, but considering this is the last thing your daughter worked on, I would assume that you would maybe be interested in knowing what she was getting up to around these parts.
Show me the one mirror signed. You would still have that, wouldn't you?
He smiles. Absolutely, I do, my friend. He reaches in, and it takes him a minute of kind of looking around, but he does eventually produce a rather crumpled looking paper, and he unfolds it and holds it out, and you see in scrawled writing at the very bottom is Mir's signature, along with the signature of 3 other people that you don't recognize the names of.
Rahim kind of tears up at seeing one of the few things that his daughter has made that he's ever been able to look at. Just a signature. And softens a little bit. And
as a show of faith between us, Rahim, because again, I don't want there to be any bad blood, why don't you hold on to this, A little token of my appreciation for all the work you've been doing around here.
I don't say anything, I just, nod and fold it very carefully. So that especially her signature is, on the inner part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tuck it into my bag.
He slides the contract forward and places 3 quills and an inkwell in front of you. I cannot tell you what the job is about until you sign this confidentiality agreement. However, signing it does mean that you are agreeing to the task, so please read through it carefully.
Does this contract say anything about compensation?
Oh, yes, you will be compensated. If everything goes well, each of you will be rewarded with 25 droplets each.
Does this benefit Jaryn Guar, or is it just a money-making venture?
That's a good question. I suppose a money-making venture is good for Jaryn Guar, but in this certain scenario, it's more protecting Jaryn Guar than anything else.
Okay.
Right.
Not to be a squeaky wheel here. However, would there be any, not necessarily a stipend, but any resources to be given to prevent a second round of untimely deaths being caused by this work? As I think that it would be fair to put forward the idea that this has shown itself to be a dangerous job. I don't know what it is, but I do know that I am not a very physically inclined little fella, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
I have asked for you because I believe that you are the right folk for the job. Now, if you are not interested in it because you are too scared of bodily harm, then I'm sure that I can direct you to the nearest sandwich shop where you could perhaps have something a little safer.
I sign it.
I just have one thing I need to say before I sign this, is that I'm already involved currently in a contract. Just so you know, and if that contract takes precedent always over this contract, but I will sign this.
The nature of this document, well, it does have some time limitations. I do not believe it will get in the way of your current employment with Mr. Snorse.
All right. I smirk, as that is not the contract that I was thinking of. And I sign the contract in front of me.
Okay, Gozzler, you are you see 2 signatures in front of you.
Can I? This guy is. I assume he's a little bit inscrutable.
He is very hard to read, but if you would like to roll an insight, you can.
I will try.
Okay.
Specifically, I'm not trying to, because Gozzler intends to sign this at the end of the situation, but I am angling for leverage.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it's not disadvantage. You didn't say it's disadvantage. There we go. Zingo, that's a 17.
17 is he.
If the answer is he's a hard dude, I would understand.
He's a hard dude to read, but it seems like he genuinely wants you to work on this, but you are not the only people in the world that he needs. You seem to be maybe his first choice, if not like his top 3 choices of people he wants on this job. So you are not like instrumental to it. If you said no, he could probably find someone else. He doesn't look like he's threatening you to do it, but is offering the job to you because you've kind of earned some favor.
I apologize if I offended you with the request for more. The sandwich shop, very clever, by the way. But I'm simply asking if perhaps like you had access to a resource that doesn't involve talking things out. Because if you need me to bully an animal to death, I am capable of that. However, if you had something more direct, some form of violent secrets that I could copy down in this little book here. I hold up my pristine little book. I'm just saying it would increase the chances of you not having to scrounge up a third group.
Mr. Gozzler, if I read you correctly, then what you could acquire from this mission will fit the description of your request. Pretty exact.
Unaware that this is he is being scammed in his attempt to scam. This works. I sign the paper.
He nods and rolls the paper up and puts it back into his desk. Fantastic. Now I can be candid with you. Have you ever heard of an item called the Belfast Core?
I sure haven't.
No.
Well, looks like you may need a little history lesson. And that is where